The Prophet ﷺ was the bravest of all people. All Muslims unanimously recognize the bravery and the courage of personalities like Ali ibn Abi Talib, like Hamza ibn Abd al-Muttalib, like Abu Dujan al-Ansari. However, you find that there are some who have this misconception that the Prophet ﷺ would sit in his tent during the battles and the Muslims would fight, and the Prophet ﷺ would simply just issue military orders. However, when you study the biography of the Prophet, you see that in many cases the Prophet ﷺ was not only a participant, but he was actually on the front lines in many of the battles. So much so that Ali ibn Abi Talib, the great warrior of Islam, he describes the courage and the bravery and the fearlessness of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in battle. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, he says, describing the courage of the Prophet in battle, he says, كنا إذا احمر البأس ولقي القوم القوم اتقينا برسول الله. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, he says, when fighting used to become intense, in the battles, there would typically be the mubaraza, the one-on-one combat, and after the mubaraza, the two armies would clash, and that's when fighting would become very intense. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, he says, when fighting would reach its climax, when it would reach its most intense moments, when the two armies would clash, the Imam says, اتقينا برسول الله. When fighting would become so intense, we would seek refuge with the Prophet, meaning that he was the place of refuge for the warriors on the battlefield. Everyone would rally around him because we felt safe in his presence. فما يكون أحد أقرب إلى العدو منه. And Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, he says, and indeed, not only did we seek refuge with him, when he would fight, there was no one who was closer to the enemy than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he exhibited this unique courage and bravery, especially in the battlefields.